Hello, back again. So when we last left off, we were talking about the Empress and how she embodies all four queens. And we were just talking about the Lady of the Hour, the Queen of Swords, which is the court card that represents Libra in the tarot. And the ability to be discerning and to speak the truth. And it was like, it was cut right there, period. It felt like it was really emphasizing that point. It's kind of funny having this experience, of doing this reading in chapters, It's like a story unfolding. And while I'm waiting for the other videos to upload so, I can sit down and record the next part, all this stuff happens and these downloads come in. It's pretty cool. I'm just sliding some eucalyptus here to clear the air. I like to call on the plant allies when I'm doing this kind of work. They keep me rooted, they keep me grounded. Because when you're channeling and when you're working with cards, and you're opening yourself up to those archetypal energies, there's like definitely a need to connect with the earth, right? To be grounded so the information can really root that comes through. So I love just working with the plants and bringing that energy into the space. It's so nice, but so yeah, that Empress energy, we were required to, we had to cultivate a certain strength. We went through certain hardships so we could cultivate a certain resilience, a certain strength that led to a sense of personal self-mastery, Maybe things don't totally seem evident in the outside life yet, okay? But the changes happen inwardly first. And with strength on the scene, it's a sure sign of fruition, of blessings, of reward for hard work. That energy is coming through. You got an 8. An 8 is something solid, right? It's something you can bank on, okay? It's also the sign of infinity, right? Just being in harmony with the way the energy is flowing, because you have all those 4 elemental qualities, which is really what the queens are, the Queen of Wands, being in touch with your mojo, being in touch with your passion, being in touch with your purpose, really like feeling yourself. And not in like an arrogant or a boastful way, nothing like that, but just really being like settled in yourself and knowing who you are and being comfortable with who you are. And sure, enjoying the sensuality, maybe discovering new aspects of yourself sexually that you never looked at before. And just really feeling in that flow, of that fire. And also the wands' power to transform, right? They represent that fire, transfiguration, that alchemical fire, burning away the old, knowing the wisdom of a good burn, when the time calls for it. Knowing the wisdom of a good burn when the time calls for it. And I feel called to offer up some tobacco, because tobacco is spirit candy. Makes the spirits happy, and the ancestors love it too. This is a cherry tobacco. And it just smells so good. I don't smoke cigarettes anymore, but I love tobacco, and it's such a beautiful offering. But yes, knowing when it's time to have a good burn, sometimes you have to burn it all. And you come back into something altogether new, right? We see that after, fires ravage the land, there's new growth. It comes back. It comes back. It might not look quite the way it did before. It's different. It's changed. But even that serves its purpose, right? And then the Queen of Cups. Loving, open, receiving, knowing how to express love, but not from a place of need, just simply because that's what you're full of. You're full of yourself. You're full of the essence that makes you you. And that puts you in this beautiful place of receptivity because you don't need anything. You don't need anything from anybody else. The Queen of Cups, she knows how to be with her emotions and she can express them in empowered ways, and she honors her ebbs and her flows and her cycles. She knows how to receive and she knows how to give. She also knows how to be met, and she's in touch with her intuition and her creative power, and it all just flows from her in this beautiful blessing, opening her up in new ways, but also blessing up people who come on her path. And then, of course, the Queen of Pentacles, who comes in and roots that shit, grounds it into reality, makes it solid, gives it the foundation, pulls all the pieces together, is the boss, is that big boss energy, and that promise of harvest. And it's all these elements combined, and all the work, the hard work of taming what used to subdue you in the past, okay? Taming what used to subdue you in the past, and not by force, so gently. Look how gentle she is. Look how gentle she is. And so trusting. And notice the aggression, right? And yet she's so gentle, she's so trusting. And it's because there's tremendous strength in her vulnerability. She earned that shit the hard way. She knows. She knows what's rigid breaks under pressure. And she understands that what's soft, what's yielding, what can receive the blows of life can be moved, shaped in new ways, but not broken. When you have pliability, you have a greater chance of success in all areas of life. A fixed hand is a losing hand. This is very much a card. This strength card is very much a card about healing. It's also associated with Leo. So that Leo energy. That's why we have a lion here in the card. So it's possible also that you've had to, practice restraint in dealing with a Leo. That you've had to master the situation internally rather than being aggressive. Maybe you've been in a situation with a Leo and you've had to try to find compassion for the person, even though that was hard to do. I'm just giving the messages as they come through. But either way, with this card here, there's a promise of success. And there's this showing of really coming into one's power, into one's element in a very balanced, beautiful way. But it was definitely hard earned. I mean, we got the Page of Swords here, and I want you to just have a look at this character here. He is shady as fuck, okay? This is somebody who is putting their nose where it doesn't belong. They're keeping an eye on you. digging into your business,